All right, DIY project time. I am about to make a hat rack. Actually, if you were to search it online, I think you would call it a hat stand, because I think of hat racks, I think of from Florida, you know, about as tall as a person, and you can hang your coats and your hats. And a hat stand, I think more of a tabletop. So what I have done here is I've got this big piece of perfectly shaped pine that I got out of my backyard, and look at that. Look at that. It's coming for a close-up. Wow. That's pretty neat. Doesn't want to focus. Okay, well, here's take two. I was filming in my I usually am filming out the other side so I can see what I'm doing, but oh, here goes my neighbor cutting his grass. I'm filming out the back so I can get some high def pictures, and didn't know that my film cut off 1 minute in. So back to my log, making a hat rack. So basic things for a hat rack is you need something for the hat to stand on. This will be, you can pick this up at Michael's for about $1. Nice thing about Michael's, Joann's, any kind of craft store is they give you 50% coupons. Sometimes they give you 20% off for the entire purchase. If there's something I want, I'll just go there every week with a 50% coupon and get 50%, whatever. So here, this goes inside your hat for it to rest on. It doesn't look very big, but this is what they use. This is what the nice ones use. Then you need something heavier. This is looks like the top, but it's just a bigger size. Something heavier to weight it all down. This would sit on your table, but I didn't just want this to be, this is very decorative. It's about $1.25, maybe $1.50. I also wanted to cut a thicker piece below it. They don't make something like that. So what I had found is, actually I went to the backyard, back by those trees, looking through my log pile, didn't find anything, and then I came across this nice piece of pine. It might have some decay to it, but the nice thing about this pine is somewhere in this pine is a perfect match for the circumference of the base. And then I want two bases, so the next one up will be pretty good as well. So I'll be cutting that up. That was free. In between your base and your top, you need some kind of a rod, a dowel rod. I didn't want just a basic straight pull, so I went into an antique store. I found this one in Imlay City, which is a really small town in Michigan. They had a whole section of them, and it really kind of gave me a good idea. I'm like, I know what that is. That's the back of a chair, because we kind of have something like that for our dinner chairs. It's a turned piece of wood, very ornate, has a direction to it. You can kind of tell this would be the base, skinnier at the top, not so good this way. So I'm like, wow, that's from a chair. That was not cheap. I could have got a whole broken chair for the price of that one piece. And then luckily, I did get a broken chair. Just a week ago, my neighbor was throwing one out. She had it by her trash, and I was walking by. I said, I'm definitely coming back for that. She said, you know it's broken, right? And I'm like, yep. So I've got this one. I really like this one. The broken one I have, it's got these for the back. It's got even bigger ones for the sides of the back. It's got them for the legs, the parts that connect the legs. So there'll be a couple of them right there. I wouldn't mind having a couple for myself, and I even want one for a kid's room. So that's gonna be my DIY project for today. Thing about hat racks is, not baseball hats, but fancy hats, is they have the curved bend on them. I had one in the previous video. Probably not that one, but a nicer hat, you're not supposed to set it on the base of the hat, the bottom, the rim of the hat, or that little flip will go flat. It's got a round, kind of a U shape, and you're supposed to actually store your hat upside down or on a hook or on a hat rack. So yeah, gotta make a hat rack. If you want a nice hat, you gotta have a hat rack. We'll see what else is coming up. Okay, so the log thing is not gonna work. So my saw isn't big enough to cut through nicely. And this wood is a little rotten. I thought it would be awesome to have the bark on there. But then, it's just not even, it's not big enough, so I'll have to just, I think I can make one without, I'll just wait for when I get a piece of wood that works. It actually looks really cool. But, well, who knows, maybe that could be the bottom, I don't know. Alright, by the way, here is my found chair. This will probably be, actually this will probably be the support, although I do like that one too, maybe trim down a little bit. You got a few on there, it's pretty nice. And just maybe the nicest. Of course the chair was found broken in half, so. Come out, you son of a... This little intermission is brought to you by Monster Irish Blend. So, I destroyed a ton of them in the process of getting the little tops off, and that's actually my fault right there. That's after I started ripping them out, I started sawing them out. So, yeah, it's got a hole in it. I'd have to plug those. Those that connected the chairs. Oh, that one doesn't have a hole. Wow. Threw a bunch out. I really like these. These were on the side of the chair, and I twisted the tops off, so I just ate through the tops and the bottoms. These might be what I'm going to go with. This. And I got it right next to the one that I purchased. So yeah, look, you get a bunch of them. That chair was well constructed, I must tell you. It was heavy duty. We'll see how it comes out. You know what I was thinking? That the heavier part would be at the bottom. But no, I think I like it, like if you know the sculpture Bird in Space, I think I like it this way better. In fact, this looks like the larger than the... So I used these little guys probably for the first time on my cordless drill and came up with these two lovely hat racks for temporary. I could stain the top and the bottom, which I will. Actually, I flipped that one over. I don't know if I caught it in the last video. It actually looks better that way. I was trying that one both ways. That's the way I went. That looks traditional hat rack to me right there. Perfect.